Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Scaramouche. Scaramouche actually does not know how to deal with you sometimes and your shenanigans. You can be very weird and chaotic, spontaneous, and it irked him sometimes because he's just so confused by all the things that you do, and totally they have no time and you can predict them. So it leaves him nervous for some time because he has no idea how to feel like he has a stable life. It's different and can be intimidating at times because what if he reacts wrong? What if he bothers you with his lack of reactions? Or gets too overwhelmed? He didn't know how to predict these situations, and he only hoped that they go right, for your sake and his sanity, of course. He loved you and he would do a lot for you, but he just needed some time to adjust. And hopefully you could at least understand that, even if you didn't know how to deal with that very well. But at times, those things that you did, sometimes they made him laugh. Even if you would tease him about how much he blushed, or how shy he got, it would be very different. And sometimes it truly felt like tolerating all the random shenanigans you did. He didn't really mind them. Perhaps even at times, he enjoyed that change in his life, and the fact that things weren't so predictable and boring anymore. There was someone who lived with him now, someone who cared about him and loved him and wanted to see joy on his face. That's why, when today he was being completely peaceful and things were totally calm, he felt like something was off. You had to be plotting something, because there was no way you would let him sit around like that without something going on in your head. And you felt like he was on edge, and you couldn't help but giggle, or at least a muted one. You didn't want him to hear about your evil laugh or your evil plans. You shook your head in the kitchen, watching him from afar, like a tiger watching its prey, and deciding when to strike. And when he felt peaceful, and you gave him some hot chocolate, he knew that would be the best time. So you waited until he set it down, then leaned in and bit him in his cheek. Scaramouche was totally startled, looking at you with wide eyes, blushing once you pulled away. Wyan, may I please know what was that? Well, you can make whatever you want of it, you say, stifling a laugh, and he just shakes his head and sighs. What do I do with you? There are many things you can do with me, Scara, you say teasingly, and he just elbows you gently, trying not to laugh. But he does in the end, because you tickle him, as if biting his cheek was not already enough. He honestly hopes for some help sometime soon, but right now, he couldn't help but be endeared by what you did, and feel very cared for and loved, because seeing his laugh made you happy as well, and it made him happy, of course, even if being tickled made him very embarrassed at times. It was the memory well worth the effort, on your part and his. Xiao? Xiao actually got embarrassed very easily, and startled just as easily, if not even more, because there were many things unexpected about being in a relationship, and he was just trying to get used to them. So many sudden things and spontaneous ones that were even more intimidating than, say, being ambushed by dozen of hilichurls. Yes, that's how scary the experience was for him. It wasn't like it was your fault. He didn't blame you. He just blamed himself, if anything, for being so out of sorts about it, and being so weirded out by totally normal things, or at least things that normal people considered normal. He, by any measures, was not a normal being. He was not even human. So it was no wonder he found most things strange to him, and had to make an effort to get used to those things. You, on the other hand, you enjoyed it. The novelty of everything with him. His absurd reactions were totally funny to you. The way he would blush at totally simple things, or be so confused by them, it was delightful to watch, and even better to tease about. And although he did not like being at the end of your jokes, but sometimes seeing that smile and laugh, he couldn't help but laugh along. He knew you were not laughing at him per se, more so laughing with him, or trying to get him to laugh. It was certainly memorable, even if embarrassing at times. He just did not expect to be sitting here, eating ice cream with you, for you to bite his cheek, telling him that the reason you bit it was because you looked too cute and squishy, and he did not even understand what the latter meant, for you to resist biting him. He had to give you a stern look for a couple moments before he was just blushing too brightly, and you bursted out laughing. Come on, Xiao, it's not that big of a deal. It is. At least, give me some respect, Wyan. Oh, I do respect you, but I love you even more. That's why I tease you like this. He just huffed, shaking his head. I don't get you sometimes. And neither do I you, but it's fine. You wrapped your arms around him, stroking his hair gently, and giving him one more ice cream cone. He was actually getting quite into it, although he denied enjoying ice cream and human foods and all kinds of things that were made for humans besides that one meal. He actually found out he quite enjoyed them once he developed a tolerance for them. The main reason was because his body was not used to it, but he did like the taste. And honestly, ice cream was one of the few things in life that was worth developing a tolerance for. So he did enjoy it very much. Thank you. And he's quite glad you got him used to it. Perhaps a little bit too grateful. And you can definitely see that with the way he quiets down completely and forgets about the previous incident, gobbling it up. And you're quite lucky you have ice cream on your side. Because next time, if you do something like this, he will not be so very lucky like that.